Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2. Testing. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Testing. 1, 2. Can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Claim testing. All right, you guys can hear me, right? Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Am I loud enough? Let me know. Testing 10-4. All right, we're gonna transition in now. All right. All right, guys, here we are, new comic book day. All right, I think you guys can hear me. I think everything is good. All right, guys, welcome to our new comic book day video. Like always, we're always going through all the new comics that are coming out tomorrow. We are gonna have a big new comic book day. Also, I'm rocking the free comic book day swag that they give us for running such a thing. Love it. All right, guys, so tomorrow is going to be a pretty big new comic book day. Super awesome. All these past weeks have been big some way or some shape or form. We've been having big days, but let's get to it. Let's see. All right, so if you guys have a pool, feel free to comment down below. Let us know which comics you would like in your pool. If you don't know what a pool subscription is, it is a subscription that we have in the store. It is absolutely free to sign up, and all you need is a minimum of 5 different titles, a first and last name, and a phone number, and then you get to basically reserve or secure your comics, the ones that you have in your pool list, your titles that you choose, and then the benefits that you get besides getting discounts. You also get the ability to hold comics and stuff like that, new comics and all that. It doesn't work for incentives because incentives are more rare, unless we get like a pretty decent amount, then by all means. But yeah, pool members get a lot of benefits and it's super convenient. So if you see any books that you want in your pool, just comment, and I have my paper and my pen ready for you guys. But without further ado, and if you have any questions or anything, feel free to comment as well. I can see your comments on the screen. But let's get started. We have a new #1 coming out this week. Hello, Tristan. The books I'm getting this week are X-Men #11, Captain America: Symbol of Truth, Moon Knight: Black, White, and Blood, and Naomi. Image First Noctera, Image First Department of Truth. Definitely a lot of big comics coming out this week. It's another great list, Tristan. Whew. I buy Harry Potter stuff. Cool. We just ordered some Harry Potter wands that should be coming in hopefully soon. All right, let's get started. So we have Blind Alley. This is a new #1 from Behemoth. Behemoth is coming out with these cool comics where they have them shaped not like your regular comics. They're a little bit more shorter, smaller, really cool. They definitely stand out. The material, the paper is super quality. Behemoth has been coming out with some pretty cool comics lately. I do highly recommend them. But yeah, let's get started. I'm also picking up and trying out Cool. Yeah, Twig was definitely good. Highly recommend it, Tristan. All right, so let's get started. We have cover A of the Blind Alley right here, and then we have another cover. Whoa, what can that be? Definitely looks pretty dark. All right, and then we have another one. Looks like people are fighting here. Another cover, Blind Alley. All right, let's work our way now. Bunny Mask coming out with a #1. For those of you guys, they did have a free comic book day version of Bunny Mask, And yeah, it was definitely, it's for teens and above. But this is a new spin-off, The Hollow Inside, #1 from Aftershock. Aftershock always comes out with some pretty cool stuff. So here it is, Bunny Mask #1. And then we have a little cutout. I don't recommend cutting it out, but it is your comic. You can cut it out if you want, make your own bunny mask if you so choose to. All right, coming out with Marvel, we have Captain America, Symbol of Truth #1. This is a Sam Wilson Falcon Captain America issue. New #1. They came out with some pretty cool covers. This is the regular cover. I love Captain America, all the Captain Americas. I love Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon. Falcon and Winter Soldier, super cool show. So this is a new #1 for those of you guys that want to get into Captain America or love Captain America and don't know where to start. This is definitely the book for you. It's a new #1. They're also going to release a Steve Rogers one, which will be coming out in June, I believe. But yes, Captain America, Symbol of Truth. And then we have a variant cover by the one and only Scotty Young. He's he's in a nest with his sidekick Falcon. Who can name me the name of his sidekick Falcon, actual Falcon? Tristan, I'm sure you know the name of the Falcon. But he's in the nest with him for some reason, and he's like, what? Like if it's nothing. That's me explaining the Scotty Young cover. And then we have this awesome other cover, variant cover. Look at him just walking down straight for you. You don't want to mess with him. Even the Falcon, like the actual Falcon, you don't want to mess with him either. So pretty cool covers. And then Fortnite variant for all you Fortnite fans. They're coming out with these Fortnite variant covers. So throughout these next few weeks, as we anticipate Zero War, which is a new crossover between the Marvel universe and the Fortnite universe, kind of like how they did it with DC. Well, now they're doing one with Marvel. It comes out in a few weeks, and definitely one that's been highly asked for. The DC one was actually pretty cool, the 0 Point. So I anticipate that the Marvel one will be just as good. But yeah, this is just a variant cover. Fortnite variant cover, so expect these throughout the next few weeks. This is the Captain America one, and that's it for Captain America. Up next we have Crossover, finally back. This is issue #13 by Donny Cates. I always recommend Crossover. I always recommend Donny Cates because I love Donny Cates. Here we have Crossover #13, this awesome regular cover, and then we have the variant cover by Hickman. Looks pretty cool. All right, up next we have Dark Beach. This is also by Behemoth, a independent publisher. Dark Beach #1 we did sell out. Does that come with the Fortnite? No. Well, this one's just a variant cover, so it doesn't come with a Fortnite code. I don't know what's it called. I don't know if the Zero War that's gonna come out soon, if that's gonna come with a code. Because when I ordered it, it didn't say it, but then I read online that it might, so I need to double check. I'll double check on that. All right, Gabriel, the last issue, Hickman variant. You got it, Gabriel. So Hickman, make sure the regular plus Hickman for Gabriel. You got it, Gabriel. So supposedly it's supposed to be the last issue, but I don't know. I heard Donny Cates read Donny Cates tweeting, saying things that, maybe there might be more. I don't know. It hasn't been ordered, but who knows? Donny Cates is definitely teasing it. All right, Dark Beach. This is the Behemoth. All right, up next, this one seems to be a big one of the week. 8 Billion Genies by Charles Soule. I haven't read it. Andrew from our What's the Go store read it. He said it was actually pretty good. So this is the regular cover. Looks pretty neat. I definitely want to give it a read. Image Comics never fails. Just regular cover, and then we have this awesome variant cover. 8 Billion Genies. Wonder what it could be about. It's only going to be 8 issues, this one, and then another variant. New number 1 for you guys that want to get into something new. All right, up next we have Farmhand, finally back, issue 17. Farmhand's a pretty cool issue, pretty cool comic series. For those of you guys that don't know, Farmhand is about it's a farm where they grow humans parts, humans bodies. That's what they grow. Yeah, it's pretty weird, but it's good. Highly recommend it. All right, this is one of the big ones of the week. If you guys haven't heard of this comic, you soon will. It is called Grimm number 1. Grimm number 1 from Boom Studios. So Boom Studios usually has more hits than misses. Of course, they're the ones that published Something Is Killing the Children. What is it? The Many Deaths of Layla Starr, which I absolutely love that book. They publish a lot of good stuff, great stuff. And Grimm has been anticipated. There was an article saying that this character is the next Erica Slaughter. For those of you guys that don't know who Erica Slaughter is, she is the main character of Something Is Killing the Children. For those of you guys that don't know what Something Is Killing the Children is, it is a comic book series that has hit the ground running, and it's currently going for like so much money. It's got picked up to be a Netflix series by Mike Flanagan. Is it Mike Flanagan? Something Flanagan, who does the what is it? The Netflix series. What is it? Haunting of Hill House and the Bly Manor one. It's the same guy picked up Something Is Killing the Children. So it's super good. Something Is Killing the Children is super good. And Grimm, not the same writers, but the same publisher, has been highly anticipated to be the next Something Is Killing the Children. And so, like, in matters of not the story being similar, but the popularity of it, that it's going to be such a big deal. It's one that people are speculating on. It's one that it's already been sold out distribution level. Like, it barely came out and the distributors are already sold out and it's already getting a second print, which is crazy. Like, it hasn't even been, people haven't even bought it yet and it already went out of print and it's already going to go to a second printing, which doesn't happen super often. It normally only happens when the comic is, a big deal or something. But yeah, it's already getting a second print, but you can get the first print tomorrow at Kaboom. So Grimm number 1, for those of you guys that don't know what it's about, this is the regular cover, and then we have the Frisian cover. For those of you guys that don't know what it's about, basically this character has now been recruited by the Grim Reaper to become the next Grim Reaper. So she is now the Grim Reaper. However, she doesn't know how this is happening. She basically died. And she's trying to figure out, how did she die? Why is she the Grim Reaper? What is going on? And it's a pretty neat story. We got some cool covers. So this is the Frisian cover. Mark Alejandro, you want this cover, the Frisian one? Let me know, Mark, if that's the cover that you want. Frisian Grimm. All right, let me know, Mark, if this is the cover you want or if you're talking about the regular one. So this is the Frisian cover, and then we have a foil cover, which is a Virgin variant. For those of you guys that don't know what Virgin means, it means it doesn't have the words, nor the title, nor the number. It's just nothing but pure art, and it's also foil. Oh, cover A? All right, no problem. Cover A, you got it, Mark. This one's definitely a beautiful cover. Grimm, number 1. And Boom Studios only comes out with quality stuff. I do anticipate this book to be a very big deal. Further down the line, maybe not even as far as we think. But yeah, this is the foil cover. No, it's not worth anything. It's okay. I'll damage it out. All right, up next, Heavy Metal Drummer. This one's a pretty trippy book. This is already issue number... What issue number is this? Doesn't even tell you. You gotta figure it out. But I think it's 3. All right, and then we have the variant cover. Heavy Metal Drummer. All right, up next we have another big one. This is before. This is gonna be a what is it? Different parts. This is basically part 1. Hulk versus Thor. Banner of War. I know what you're thinking. What is Banner of War? What is this? So Donny Cates, the man behind Venom, the man behind Crossover, the man behind Null. He currently writes Hulk, and he also writes Thor. So what's really cool is that he's writing both these characters, known to, you know, brawl every now and then. It's the 60th anniversary for both of them, as you can see here, for both Hulk and Thor. They came out 60 years ago, so he decided, like, hey, I'm writing these characters, why don't I make them fight? And if you guys are reading Hulk and Thor, you know, you're gonna see how they're gonna tie into each other. But this is basically the alpha. This is part 1 of that series. So Hulk and Thor are getting in a fight. If you've been reading Hulk, you know Hulk is going berserk. So it's pretty interesting because, you know, they're both very strong characters. And with Donny Cates, it can never go wrong. So this is the part 1. I highly recommend it. If you guys have Hulk or Thor in your pool, we did put this in your pool. You know, if you don't want it, you don't have to take it. We threw it in there, but this is cover A. And then cover B is like this video game style cover. It's pretty funny. Has their little code names. For Hulk it says Green Goliath, and Thor it says God of Thunder. So this is a pretty cool cover. And then we have this other cover. Super neat. Love it. I can't wait to read this. It's definitely a pretty hefty book. But yeah, I love Donny Cates, and he's definitely, you know, he writes what he wants, and he's like, you know what would be cool? Like if I make Hulk and Thor fight. And he's like, you know what? I'm writing both of them, I might as well. And I think it's gonna be big. Bigger than we think. And then we have this awesome variant cover that's basically an homage to the first appearance of Wolverine. Hey, Chewin' Ooh, thank you for watching. I'm planning on getting the trade for the... Alright, that's fine, Tristan. Yeah, so it's basically going to be continued on, you know, through Hulk and Thor, so you might have to pick those up. And they'll tell you, like, part 1, part 2. Hey, Chewin' Ooh, thank you for letting me be on your podcast yesterday. I highly appreciate that. What's it called? So here it is, Hulk versus Thor, Banner of War. This is an homage to the first appearance of Wolverine. Basically, Wolverine will be where Thor is at, fighting Hulk. Hulk 181. It's an homage cover. Super cool cover, this one. I always love homages. And then we have these cool covers. I think they're called like the Smash cover or something. So you can see that Thor is about to get smashed by the fist of Hulk. But who's gonna win? Because there's also one where Thor is about to smash Hulk with his hammer. So these are super cool covers. They came out with a lot of cool covers. I highly recommend picking this up. It actually looks pretty interesting. Oh wow. Yeah, no, it actually looks a lot more interesting than I thought. Yes, Tristan, thank you for that. All right, up next, so for those of you guys that want to get into something new, Image is releasing these things called Image First. I know what you're thinking. You're like, what is that? Well, basically, they re-release the first issues of comics that are hard to get. You know, like Department of Truth #1 goes for about like $50. Can't get that? All right, well, Image is going to re-release a reprint, and it's only $1. Only $1. So there's that. And then there's Killer Be Killed, which I highly recommend. Matt recommended this book to me, and it's super good. So for those of you guys that haven't read the first issue, you can read it here. It doesn't take much. It's just $1 plus tax. Killer Be Killed by Ed Brubaker. Super good. And then, of course, Spawn #1. So for those of you guys that want to try reading Spawn, and you want to start with the first issue, and you know it's super expensive right now, it's like $40 or something, you can just get this reprint from Image for only $1. So all these release tomorrow. And then, of course, last but not least, everyone knows how hard this one is to get, Walking Dead #1. Walking Dead #1, also only $1. This is an Image First reprint. They basically reprint first issues of comics that are really hard to get. You know, they're out of reach. They're really expensive. They've gained so much popularity, and yeah, and they only have them for $1. So there's that. All right, up next we have Mighty Morphin #19. We have this super cool cover of the White Ranger. All right, Francisco, you got it. Francisco Viramontes. Spawn reprint, and Walking Dead reprint. And Fidel, you got it, Fidel Martinez the third, Walking Dead reprint. All right, Walking Dead reprint. All right, you got it. I'm getting the Noctera and Department of Truth. Awesome. Yeah, I highly recommend Department of Truth, which I showed that one already, right? Yeah, Department of Truth. I love Department of Truth. I highly recommend it. All right, so here it is, Mighty Morphin. This is perfect to get signed by Jason David Frank whenever he comes down. All right, up next, another big one for the week. Highly anticipated Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood, #1. So basically, it's finally here. Black, White, and Blood, where everything in this comic book is black and white except for the color blood, which is going to be red. It has basically, they get all these artists and writers to make short stories. They compile them up into one, as long as it's in black and white, and blood is the only thing that is in color, red. And as you can see, one of the first writers is Jonathan Hickman. For those of you that don't know who he is, he's basically pioneered, the Avengers run, modern Avengers run, X-Men run, and more. He's writing a story with a lot of cool artists. I never know how to say his last name, but Bakalu. But yeah, this is cover A. Super cool cover. I heard there's a first appearance in here. And then of course, cover B, which I know is the one that is highly sought after right now. This one is definitely going to be a one per person thing, just because, what's it called? We know a lot of people want to, take them all if they could, and we want to make sure that everyone gets their chance of getting it. But yeah, this is the cover B. Of course, cover A is also highly sought after, but this one even more. And what's it called? Maybe we might make both of them one per store, one per person. When I heard that Jonathan Hickman was coming back to do a Moon Knight book, I knew I needed to read his story. Yeah, definitely. All right, Mark wants cover A and B. All right. Cover A, B, Moon Knight. So if you guys have Moon Knight in your pool, we did throw this in there as well. What's it called? But yeah, both covers will be one per person. We do want to make sure that everyone is able to get. We did order a lot, but still, we also ordered a lot of Amazing Spider-Man #1, and that's sold out like crazy. All right, so Francisco also wants cover A and B for Moon Knight, and then that's fine, Impulse, sorry about that. And Fidel wants cover B. Cover B. And then Impulse wants both covers. For Moon Knight. Cool. So yeah, definitely looks super cool, this comic. Yeah, can't wait to pick it up and read it. All right, up next from Scott Snyder, we have Noctera. Can never go wrong. This was already been picked up to be a show as well from Netflix. #1s are going straight through the roof. And then we have a cover B right here. And then up next we have Nottingham, which I've actually never read, but I think I'm going to read it because we do have volume 1, the trade, and it looks super interesting. I've heard a lot of people recommend it. I want to give it a read, so I definitely need to get into this. It looks super interesting. Nottingham #7. All right, up next we have The Scourge, the Jim Lee variant cover. We have the Redeemer, as well as what's his name, the Dark Redeemer, I guess. Amazing Spider-Man is getting a second print in June. Yes, that is correct, Tristan. Another thing, when I saw that we were selling out of #1, I ordered more of #1s, the first prints, before they went out of print. So we actually got them today, and we just restocked. So we do have more #1s of Amazing Spider-Man. If you guys weren't able to pick it up, we do have more. And yeah, and now they're out of print. So I'm really excited that we were able to get those. Pool, please. You got it. Scorched. Scorched Jim Lee. This is a connecting cover for those of you guys that don't know. I'm basically reading Nocterra because of Scott Snyder for his stuff of Batman and Justice League. Yes, I agree. All right, and then we have the blank cover for those of you guys that want to draw. Mark Alejandro. I'm pretty sure we put all the covers in your pool, but I'll write it down just so I can check. All covers for Spawn, and same thing for Francisco. I think I did put all the covers, but I'll write it down anyway. All covers for Spawn. All right. Blank cover, in case you guys want to draw. All right. Up next, we have Spawn now. We got 3 Spawn comics coming out tomorrow. The reprint of #1, Scorched, and then the regular Spawn cover. The artist in this comic is the one and only Carlo Barbetti. Those of you guys that don't know, he is a Spawn artist. He is from Mexico, who lives in Mexico and everything. And he was here for Comic-Con. You know, I love his art in Spawn. It's so beautiful. So cool. Yeah. So here's one of the Spawn covers. Super cool. And then we have a blank cover. Coming out with blank covers. It's because Todd McFarlane wants to see how you guys draw Spawn. In case you guys don't follow him, that's what he's been posting. He's like, blank covers, let me see how you draw Spawn. So you never know. Maybe if Todd McFarlane sees it, maybe he might have you become the next Spawn artist. So that's why he's doing these blank covers. And then we have this super cool cover where Spawn is about to take... Is he gonna fight him, the Redeemer? He has his chain in his hand. This is a pretty cool cover too. The Todd Father, yes. Todd Father. All right. Up next, we have Stargirl. This is also from Behemoth. What's really cool about these issues is that they're calling them episodes. Episode 2 or Epo 2 is what it says. These are pretty cool books. Like I mentioned before, Behemoth is always coming out with some pretty cool comics. Here's another cover. Issue 2. And then this one's probably my favorite. I get like Blade Runner vibes from this comic book. Alright, up next we have Sweet Paprika. These were actually delayed. So we have a cover right here. And then we have another cover right here. Definitely this is from Mirka Andolfo, who's such a fantastic artist. She also writes the story. But she's also an artist. And she usually does like Marvel covers and DC covers. But she also occasionally does her own story where she also does the art. So this is issue number 9. Definitely not for kids, this comic book. Mature readers only. Alright, and up next we have a new #1, Tales from Harrow County. Did you know that the stunt double for America Chavez lives here in the Valley? So cool, the Valley. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, she's from the Valley, and yeah, super cool representation. I love it. I love to see it. Yeah, I had saw that and I thought it was super neat. All right, Tales from Harrow County from Dark Horse Comics. This is #1. Definitely some scary stories. Here's another cover right here. Yes, this is a new #1. Definitely looks pretty interesting. Which covers? All the covers or just the first cover or this cover? Let me know. I'm gonna write it down. Tales of Harrow County. First cover. All right. Cover A. All right, guys. So here's another #1, the big one of this week. For those of you guys that are fans of Last Ronin, you're definitely gonna love this one. It is The Last Bot Standing. So this is a pretty interesting take, following in the Last Ronin's footsteps, but Transformers. So all the Transformers from Cybertron have died except for one. Of course, we don't know who that one is. Maybe you might have to read this comic book to find out. But there's only one bot remaining, and it's him that is going to continue fighting for Cybertron. And super cool, super neat. That concept, you know, clearly Last Ronin started something, and Transformers, I mean, that definitely was the next big thing. I feel like Transformers is the next thing to go that route. You know, it makes sense. Like, you can't do that with like Sonic. I bet it's Bumblebee. Can't kill everyone's favorite Transformer. I don't know, Tristan. They did it in Last Ronin. They killed all my favorite turtles. Honestly, they're all my favorites, so it's hard to choose. But yeah, definitely recommend reading this one, picking it up. Put that one in there. All right, let's see. Last Bot. So we do have a couple variant covers for this one. So this is the regular cover, new number 1. Highly recommend picking this one up. And then we have cover B. Super dark, gritty. Who's the last Autobot standing? Or is it even an Autobot? Maybe it's a Decepticon and he has to become good because there's literally no war fighting for if everyone is dead. Maybe it's Megatron. I don't know. I'll take a copy. It's Starscream. Do you think it's Starscream? Alright, which cover? A? Hope that's not a spoiler, Francisco. Cover A, let me know. Francisco wants... Who do you guys think the last bot is in this? Starscream would be pretty cool. What if it's Megatron? Alright, just the regular cover, Francisco? Last bot standing. Cover A. Alright, so here's cover B, and then of course we have cover C. Another cover. Cover A? Alright. Cover B, look at them, all those weapons. Who is it? Who are they? Looks like he has a collection of all the weapons from all these Autobots and maybe even Decepticons. Or maybe they're just stabbing him, I don't know. Looks like a Momoko. Yeah, I could see it. Alright, up next. This was another cover. Has a person on him. I don't know who this person is. It's like this one looks like a Pokemon type cover. It's like an anime looking cover, but the character looks like someone that would be from Pokemon. I would say the other ones are definitely more of my favorite, but not bad. I mean, who is this? Who is that? It's hard to tell when most of the Transformers look the same, kind of like in TMNT. Like, they do such a great job in The Last Ronin. Like, oh, which turtle is it? Well, you can't tell because they all look the same, and they remove their bandana so you wouldn't know which color it is. And then this one, they're like, oh, what's a robot who's wearing a big loose shirt? I will say I did look through this one, and it's pretty interesting. I do want to keep reading it. It looks pretty neat. Same thing with Last Ronin. I don't think this is gonna take the same route as Last Ronin, where it took like 10 months for them to be released. I think this is gonna be regularly released, so you guys should be good. You don't have to do a lot of waiting. But yeah, this is the last cover for Last Bot Standing. All right, up next we have What If Miles Morales Became the Hulk? An homage to Hulk number 1. For you Miles Morales fans, this is issue 3 of the What If Miles Morales series. And then up next we have The Walking Dead Deluxe number 38. And up next we have West of Sundown number 2. We did sell out of this one. I think it has to do with like vampires and stuff. Definitely an interesting comic. Unfortunately we did sell out of number 1. So this is one of the covers, and then we have another cover right here. There's a woman with a giant beast behind her. It looks really interesting. I did flip through this one and I hadn't actually read it yet. I did put one aside for me. This is like the movie. They did this with number 1. And for those of you guys that haven't been able to read number 1, this is number 2. If you still need to pick up number 1, they did release a second print that comes out tomorrow as well. So if you still need to read number 1, the second print is right there. I'll take first and that cover. The first cover for number 2 and the movie cover is the ones you're talking about, right? I write it down. What is it? West Sundown. Cover A and C, right? Cover A, B, C. Yeah, cover A and C. You got it. All right, so this is number 1, second print. So if you guys still need to read it, there it is. Up next, we have X-Men number 11. The Hellfire Gala is among us. Here it is. Issue number 11. We got the Woman of the X-Men fighting Rogue, X-23. And then we have this super cool variant cover. It's actually supposed to be sideways. Looks like a movie. It's like an anamorphic lens. A place for the very rich. You have Wolverine there. This is the Stormbreaker cover. It's actually a pretty cool cover. Alright, up next we are now moving on to the incentives. So right now we have Captain America, Symbol of Truth. I don't remember if this is the one in, I think this is the one in 25. Or maybe it's the one in 50. I don't remember. This is actually a pretty solid cover. I love it. Definitely looks like Anthony Mackie. But I can't imagine anyone else. And then we have Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. This is by Stan Sakai. This is a pretty cool cover for those of you guys that don't know who Stan Sakai is. He is the creator, writer, artist of Usagi Yojimbo, who is this samurai rabbit. And he's done crossovers with TMNT. He's best friends with Kevin Eastman. Definitely Stan Sakai is a legend in the comic book business. He creates quality is what I love about him, and definitely doing a variant like this, super cool. This is the 1 in 25. I love it. Stan Sakai, can never go wrong with him. The 1 in 25. The X ladies, especially Rogue and I never know how to say her name. Polaris. Love both of them. Are taking over this issue of X-Men and in their cool Hellfire Gala outfits in style. Definitely Tristan. All right, and then we have the What If Miles Morales number 3, the designer variant. Became the Hulk. Actually, that comic's pretty interesting. All right, and then we have the Grimm ones. This is a foil one of the Jenny Frisian foil. The last one is how you say it. I don't remember how I said it. Polaris. I don't know. No one's ever taught me. All right, and then we have, this is from the Power Ranger one. Definitely looks like JDF. Super cool if you guys get him to sign this. I think it's like one of those 1 in 10s. And then this one we have, what's his name? Is it Alpha? I don't remember. Haven't seen Power Rangers in a while. I think it's Alpha. I don't remember. And then this one's a pretty cool cover. This is by Inyuk Lee. Inyuk Lee doing an incentive. Super cool. You have the red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Oh, man, Inyuk Lee, just some awesome covers. And then we have a Virgin variant of the White Ranger cover. In case you guys want to get it signed by JDF right here. And then he can write, "It's morphin' time." I can't say it. I can't say it like him. All right, and then we have Last Bot Standing 1 in 10 incentive. So what's going on? Where is he at? Is he in a ranch? Is he in a where has he been located? Is he in Texas? Is he in rural Texas? This last bot, does it take place in Texas and that's where all the bots have died? Who knows? But I do recommend you picking it up and reading it. All right, Last Bot Standing, 1 in 10 incentive. And then we have, this one's my favorite. I think it's a 1 in 50. Hulk versus Thor, Banner of War. You guys know I'm a huge Ryan Stegman fan, and if you don't, you do now. I love Ryan Stegman. This is his cover. You could tell by his super awesome signature right there. This is a super cool cover. You have Hulk bashing through with Thor, brawling it out. Like, this cover is awesome. I love it times 1,000. I think it's a 1 in 50. Man, I love this cover. But yeah, that's actually all the comics, guys. So if you have any questions, send us a message. How many covers of Banner of War? I think it was like 4 or 5 covers, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. What's it called? We'll be opening tomorrow at 11, closing at 8. And What's the Go will be opening at 12, also closing at 8. Tomorrow's another big new comic book day. I highly recommend you guys stopping by. I'm going to be here tomorrow. We are accepting comics to send to get graded. So we will be accepting tomorrow, and Thursday is the last day for this week. And then Friday we are having a live sale. It's definitely going to be a big one. A lot of big stuff that's going to be there. You thought yesterday's sneak peek of those Carnages were big. Like, there's still more, guys. Like, definitely the Carnage ones were one of the big ones, but there's still more pretty hot stuff that's going to be on the live sale this Friday. I'll be there as well. Me and Matt will be there for the live sale this Friday, 6 p.m. Other than that, guys, that's it. Also, we are hiring in the comics area. I believe What's the Go is also hiring. But if you guys are interested, we do have our applications there, or you can drop off a resume. Yeah, that's about it. How much is it to grade a comic? It depends. It varies between the value of your book, but we do have basically a sheet that kind of spreads out all the pricing. So if you want, Tristan, if you want to send us a message, we could send you the breakdown of it. But yeah, it just depends on the comic. But super cool. Other than that, guys, that is it. If you have any questions, like I said, you can send us a message. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for a new comic book day. Goodbye.